Hey everybody, this is TJR.
And this is Robert Kinsler.
And I think it was last week, a viewer to the channel asked us, are you guys going to talk about Lindsey Buckingham being fired, quote unquote, from Fleetwood Mac? And yeah, we're going to talk about it. I have some thoughts that I have not shared with you. I'm sure you have some thoughts on the matter.
I do, yeah.
I
mean, shock.
Were you shocked?
My initial thing, it's like, okay, it's your farewell tour. You can't keep it together for just one more. I mean, if you're going to go a farewell tour, you got to go out with the final, with the band's best known lineup.
Exactly.
Keep it together for a few more months and get it done.
Yeah. I guess the first question in my mind was, the first article I read said fired. Okay, what's the reason? No reason given. Other articles have been a little bit more vague about it and have said we're not sure if he was fired or not, but we think maybe he was fired. What's the story?
Yeah.
It was the first thing I thought of. And also, does it matter? Does it matter that he's not in the band for this farewell tour? He's been replaced with Mike Campbell.
Right, on lead guitar.
Best known for Tom Petty. And there's another...
Neil Finn.
Neil Finn
from Crowded House and Split Enz fame.
So two guitar players are replacing him, basically. And I guess that speaks something of Lindsey Buckingham's prowess on guitar.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, that was a cheap shot. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Mike Campbell's a great guitarist.
Oh, amazing guitar player. And actually, so is Neil Finn. I mean, both these guys are just... I mean, they're both top-tier musicians. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Neil Finn fan. Matter of fact, one of the years I went to Coachella,
and I'm a big Mike Campbell fan too.
I've seen him a few times. He's a phenomenal guitar player. I mean, but I don't know if that's a good fit for. And I know Fleetwood Mac has had, Peter Green. They've had different musicians over the years.
Lindsey Buckingham has left the band previously.
Yeah, he has,
and has been replaced. And of course, we all know that the lineup that most of us think of when we think of Fleetwood Mac is not the original lineup. The band had gone through lineup changes previously before they struck gold. Right. With the lineup that we now think of when we think of Fleetwood Mac.
I call it the Rumors lineup because that's their big, huge album. That's what put them on the map. That's a good description for it. I'll be honest. I'm not sure it means a whole lot at this point. Even if this wasn't the farewell tour, but especially considering it's the farewell tour, I don't think it means a whole lot to a lot of the general audience going public. As long as they can hear the hits that they want to hear, I don't think they're that concerned with who's playing it. Who's playing guitar. I think they're probably more concerned with who's singing. I think it would be harder for them to accept. Of course, Lindsey Buckingham... He sings lead vocals as well.
Yeah, he does, but I think, like I said, I think it might make more of a difference to them if Christine McVie wasn't singing or Stevie Nicks wasn't singing. I don't think they think as much about Lindsey Buckingham's vocals, maybe as much. I'm not sure why. Yeah. But I also think, when was the last time the band released an album of new material? Yeah. How long has it been, do you think, just roughly?
Yeah,
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Now, if the band was...
Now, McVie and Buckingham did that amazing album in 2017. Yeah. One of my favorite albums of the year, and we did discuss it. I mean, who knew? And I thought because of that, there'd be this synergy kind of for them to get the rest of the gang back together and then go out. That's why I think I was so surprised, because that was such a triumphant return for the two of them. Yeah. Such great album songs. And I've heard many of them on the radio, which has been great to hear them back on the radio again and sounding so vibrant and kind of... so, like I said, shock is kind of what I thought of when I heard the news. Yeah.
I agree. But, if Fleetwood Mac was still a band that was regularly making albums, maybe not every year, but every couple of years coming out with a new album again, then I would say, okay, then this is interesting news, because we're probably going to see a new album with this new lineup. And this could be as interesting and as different as, like you said, when that second self-titled album came out, Fleetwood Mac, prior to Rumors, of course, but the same lineup. When that second self-titled album came out, which
like I said, you're right. Rumors really put them on the map, but that first album had a lot of hits on it too.
Yeah,
Got
it
them
did.
back, got them on the radio,
It did.
and established them with that lineup. So this could be a whole new thing, and this would be to me an exciting thing. Having these two other well-known players in the group, this could be exciting. But since there's clearly not, as far as I can tell, there's not going to be any new album. There's been no announcement of an album unless they're just going to keep this secret and surprise it on everybody. That could happen, of course. But at this point, I don't see that happening. So it's kind of like, okay, it's basically, Neil Finn and Mike Campbell are basically going to help cover Fleetwood Mac songs.
Now I will say, because just to detour just slightly, it was interesting. I read online this week a review, because I've not seen the Eagles since Glenn Frey passed away.
Yeah.
I know his son is filling in. They brought in Vince Gill.
Yeah.
Again, a really great guitar player,
Yeah, he is.
and a great vocalist. And
He
this
is.
writer had never seen the Eagles, the previous versions, and was blown away by how great they replicated the excitement. They were able to produce all the Eagles songs. Loved what Vince Gill did in terms of his vocal delivery, covering for Glenn, because Don Henley obviously does his songs, like Hotel California.
Yeah.
So we know it's possible, but I think but that's different because he had passed away in 2016. Lindsey is very much alive and talented and a great guitar player and I saw one of his solo shows a few years ago, and he was fantastic. So it's just, I think it's very disappointing whether he was fired or couldn't come to terms, but because the fans had been told that they were going to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of, shouldn't these bands care about their fans? They are where they are because of the fans support them and have bought their albums and gone to see them play. And I just wish that it was kind of a little bit more of a two-way street.
Yeah, and you're right. There are the fans who like, it does make a difference that Lindsey Buckingham's not there, especially when he hasn't passed away, and he is vital and able to do his part. Versus the more casual fans who are there for the hits.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think they're going to care who's playing it, so long as they recognize the hits. That's all that really is going to matter to them. We've experienced that with Leonard Skinner.
Right.
When we've seen them live. You've got these fans who could care less that it's maybe one original band member at this point now, and they're just there to drink beer and hear those hits.
That's
that
right.
they know.
Especially depending on the setting. But you're right, and it is funny. I think I reviewed, and it's been a while. I reviewed Sweet. And I'm going through, and I think maybe the bassist had played with them originally on some of their big hits, but the singer, the guitar, everybody was different.
The same.
But everybody says, "Oh yeah, we're going to see Sweet." Well, yeah, you're going to hear Sweet's music.
Yeah.
But are you? It's like, if you saw U2 and it wasn't Adam on bass and the Edge on guitar, would you really be seeing U2? I don't think U2's kind of discerning
vocals.
I don't think they would accept that as U2.
Yeah.
But it's funny with some of these other. I mean, the whole thing in the tribute bands has brought this whole other thing where people are like cheering on, like as if they're seeing the real band.
The real thing, tribute band. Yeah,
it's a weird time,
It is a weird time.
I know we've really gone off the rails here, but it is a weird.
But I think it relates because, like I said, there are audiences that have different expectations. There are audiences that have different relationships with the band. And some relationships are more intimate, from the fans' perspective. And some
with a band like U2, very intimate relationship.
U2's, very much so. I'm sure there are casual fans who go to U2 just to say they were there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's there too, but I think majority of the fans are pretty hardcore about them.
Exactly.
And they've maintained the same lineup since the beginning. Fleetwood Mac has gone through changes.
And ZZ Top. Those two bands, you're seeing the real deal when you go see them.
Yeah, you're seeing the real deal, but Fleetwood Mac has gone through lineup changes, so lineup changes are nothing new for them. It's just that when there have been lineup changes, we have seen new music come that has changed how they are musically.
That's a good point.
And in this situation, we're not going to see that as far as I can tell. So to me, I'm not sure it makes that much of a difference. Basically, Mike Campbell and Neil Finn are filling in and are going to, go on the road with them. And I'm not dissing them for doing that.
No.
I'd take that gig if it was offered to me. I'd certainly take that gig. I don't blame them for taking that gig. But
I will say it would change, and I think obviously, and I think our audience too, we tend to be the more discerning types. I would say it would have an impact on me whether I was like I said, I'm a fan of Mike Campbell. I'm a big fan of Neil Finn.
I'm sure they'll play him well.
I'm sure they will. But it would make, depending how much. But if they're asking for,
like $300-400 ticket prices, it's like I don't think that would not lure me in.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's perplexing to me. I think that's the main thing. It's like if there was a new album, I'd be like excited, but there's not going to be a new album as far as it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm not really excited. It's like, okay, they're just filling in, but I'm perplexed. What happened? What the heck happened? Especially after that album with him and Christine McVie.
Yeah.
What was so difficult or so irreconcilable that they couldn't hold it together for a farewell tour?
Yeah. I guess eventually some
Word
news
will get out.
word will get out somehow, and it'll be interesting to see what it is. And then obviously maybe if it's something dramatically different than we've been talking about, we can do a correction, or if we ate some crow today, we'll have to.
Maybe we're going to eat crow on this later. Maybe there is something that's just like, oh well, that's understandable, But I wish they'd tell us. Maybe they can't. Maybe it's too personal. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna,
let's hope that it's not an issue where he's sick or something like that. Let's hope that's not the issue.
At this point, let's hope it's something irreconcilable.
Typical rock and roll stuff.
Yeah, just rock and roll. Nonsense. Maybe that's.
It's like I keep waiting for Ann and Nancy Wilson to get together. I don't know. Still know what happened with Hart. I guess something happened, and they've been playing separately. And that's too bad. I mean, because I've seen Hart a number of times, covered them for the Orange County Register, and they've been delivering. They've totally had a renaissance, kind of like we've talked about with the Zombies and some of these other classic acts. And it was sad where all of a sudden something happened, and they've even done some great albums recently, Hart, and then all of a sudden they part ways. It's just unfortunate.
Shocking. That was very shocking.
Very shocking because they're sisters.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it'd be like if Greta Van Fleet, with the three brothers, if all of a sudden they call it quits, it's like, wait a minute, where's the brotherly love there? What happened?
They're kids still. They're kids still.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just barely getting started.
Yeah.
At any rate, though, I'm just perplexed, and you're shocked.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough. We don't know enough. But like I said, I think the only thing that would really make me excited about this is if there was, we're going to make a new album with this line. Okay, now you've got my attention.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Campbell, Neil Finn in the band. Now I'm definitely excited. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. Definitely. But it's not happening. It's a farewell tour.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, here's all our biggest hits.
Yeah.
And they did say that we are going to pull out some rarities that our fans who've been with us throughout the years will be excited to hear again. So at least that's one thing. But I'm sure they planned on probably doing that anyways.
Yeah, they probably did.
More than likely, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm curious to see what everybody out there thinks about it.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? What are your opinions? Feel free to shout them out here. Everybody, thank you for watching, and please, click that subscribe button, and then click notifications so you can know when we make new videos. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.